Hey traders, good evening. I want to look at just the currency markets this evening. That's going to be our focus for the most part, day trade, swing trade. And I guess let's start with the yen. Well, we could start with the dollar. Um, well, let's just do the dollar versus the yen, and we'll look at some of the other pairs. But guys, just keep building your walls, right? So when we look at this move down, and we've talked about this several times, but this was basically your move down all year long that the bears built, right? This big wall. So if you were to change your time frame, this is just one giant um, bearish candle, right? But typically when you see this type of move, it's tough for the bulls. In this case, the bears established the bearish wall. It's going to be tough for the bulls to knock the whole thing down. So we basically triple bottom down here, make a higher low. I'm pretty sure this was the election. And then to rally back about halfway makes sense. So I think this is the weekly chart. So we've had a strong move up. I don't really expect dollar yen to get much above this area. I mean, now anything's possible. But to go in a straight line all the way back to the highs is going to be pretty tough to do. So I don't want to be going short this market, but we should expect a pullback. And I'd like to get long something close to this 8, which is rising. So that was kind of a messy chart. But the point is that strategy and that technique is important to do. When you start drawing your walls like that, you'll be amazed at how many times markets fail at a 50% retrace. So this is just a crazy move. It's just like the Russell. I mean, we're literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, over a 13 period count straight up. So you could see that the RSI is obviously overbought. Cycle has been just moving sideways, hasn't even released back lower. But that's rare to see in markets. So again, we've retraced about 50% of the move down all year. So let's watch this 111.80 as a pivot. And then what we really would like to see is now you can draw your wall the other way, right? So the bulls have built this big wall up about halfway. This is our buy zone now, right? Any pullback down here in 108, 109, we want to be buyers. Right, see these bands are rising, the 30s rising, all in here. You get any kind of pullback, we want to be buyers. Now also if we look at something like the 4-hour, very extended, you're probably not even going to break this lower band. So 109 3/4 gets interesting. No need to go to the hourly, it's just more of the same, higher lows. Now I do want to focus on New Zealand yen because this is something I see that's breaking out. It says great carry. I've kind of missed the beginning of this turn. But look at the TMS here, guys. So the 30 rolled over. And this was back in 2015. And then this was here you're near the 8. This is a lower high near the 8. This lower high relative to here. This is more meaningful to me right here, this lower high. All right, and then all these lower highs at or near the blue line, which is this 30 period moving average, right in the middle of the bands here. Once you kind of crack this swing line, that's going to allow you to release now. And you got above the bands here. So I like this. I like how all of this is coming off and going this way now. And again, if you take about 50% of a retrace, I mean, I like to just eyeball the walls, but you can actually use the Fibonacci if you want. 50% retraces up here back into the 200. So there's lots of room to push higher here. I mean, you could go to a 618 all the way back up in here, 85 area. But point being is that this is now changed trend once we took out these lower highs. Okay, so this is all bullish. So any pullback here, not only on dollar yen are we better buyers, the same thing on New Zealand yen. And there's great carry in this pair. Euro yen, you can see very similar. So the yen is no doubt weakening, and which makes sense with the riskier assets, what they're doing. The fact that financials exploded, stocks are on the highs, small caps ripped. I think this, this is overbought, but we want to dip to get back in on the long side. And there's no doubt that a lot of people are going to be looking to do the same. Now, the only thing I would add, I'd rather buy dollar yen because we're bearish the euro. So I'm not keen on buying the euro. I'd actually rather buy the pound yen. Let's talk about that one. So we made a lot of money on this earlier in the year, and to the point that I've given a lot back kind of in a couple of these counter trend moves, which, this move was counter trend, was kind of difficult, and now this has been a very strong counter trend move. So we stepped out of the way on the short side here. I mean, this is just such a long downtrend of lower highs that you expect, this trend's going to end at some point. So that's what's happened here. So it's more the same. We want to pull back, and here's the 30 rising this way. Give us a pullback here, bigger picture. We want to be buyers, core, swing long for a move back towards pi, maybe. Definitely possible. Tends to happen when you break the bands as you get a pi cycle all the way back. This line, this is what we call our pi line in our model. So we'll see. Again, we're very overbought. The cycle stayed high the whole time. We like to buy down here. So we're just going to have to be patient there. Now day trade, if you start to break this 8, there might be some opportunities on the short side. But until then, I don't want to be short, and it's pretty long to chase them on the long side. The trend is pretty long in the tooth. So that covers pound yen, dollar yen. As far as the euro goes, this has been one of our most profitable positions, and areas to be positioned short has been the most rewarding. We've actually just been crushing this. So this, again, very oversold. Same thing, we're pretty light. We've taken a lot of profits in here, and we welcome a bounce back to reshort. Right? We want to reshort into the 30. We want to reshort into the upper bands. And our bearish bias is not going to change as long as we're below 113. Right? So we'll keep working a course short there. And then some other pairs that we like, the euro against New Zealand dollar, great carry. We've been playing this from the short side as well. I mean, it's more of the same. Give us cyclical bounces, high within the cycle, cross the daily, let us get involved in the 4-hour and hourly. This is a bearish long-term downtrend. And then euro versus the pound even pretty much picked off the turn there. Big picture. And again, we're oversold. We want this cycle to come back up. Right? When we crossed here on this slow stochastic, this was the start of your move lower. We want to kind of see the same chunk of time. These are nice chunks of time to play it short. So we got room to let this come back up now. All right, guys. Don't be afraid of a bounce, but don't be surprised by a bounce either. So we can stay short on this 8 as we continue to make lower highs, and each candle seems to be relatively lower than the prior candle. So we're still trending, and we might just collapse here and back into pi, but that's been our call as we get back to 8.8 or so. So we'll see. It actually like a bounce back first, re-short, and then get the move down. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, that's probably it for this evening. I'll be on early, and again, for those that are new, check us out at jenkinsrm.com. Company's Jenkins Risk Management, jenkinsrm.com. Right on the home page, you can sign up for our chat room. It's free. Just put your email in, look for a response back. But that gets you into our chat room that's powered by this company called Slack. And we, from there, I have an alert service I use, Slack as well. We put out about 12 to 24 trade alerts every day across all global markets. So whether it's currencies, futures, equities, both longer term plays, intermediate term plays, day trade stuff we're doing. So that service is a real deal. I mean, $150 a month, and that gives you access to all our real-time alerts. And then if you're serious about trading full time, or you want to make this a career, or you're already trading for full time and you want to kind of take your trading to the next level and reach that next level of consistency, we have a full access team, which we do a full day, 2 days of training on our model, our trading model. And then also we have a 24/7, 6 days a week, around the clock trading room. And so everybody that's on the same page, on the same team, that's where we're trading. Day trade, swing trade, that's where we're interacting. If you're interested in that, send us a message, support@jenkinsrm.com, or you can contact us on the website. So anyway, guys, I'll talk to you in the morning. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and visit the site if you're new.